Hi, my name is Crystal Hankey, and I'm a local coordinator in the Dallas, Texas area. I would say the best part of hosting an exchange student is making connections, not even with just the student, but even their families. I have found that I have family members all over across the world that we are very similar, but just speak a different language. One of the students that we're hosting right now from Italy, my husband and I are very much like her parents. And it's funny because we have to translate things back and forth to talk to them, but I've even gotten relationships with them and can't wait to meet them one day. And so it's a bigger experience than I think most people realize. It encompasses, I've had aunts and uncles and grandparents join me on social media. And so it's fun. It's very rewarding. Some of the cultural experiences a family can anticipate when they host is learning about the different foods across the world, because a lot of times, even though that student may be from Italy, they're aware of other foods and things that they bring into their culture, their area. And so I've learned a lot about different foods and what they eat and what are their favorite things, and just even cooking, ways that we cook is completely different than how they cook the same item. And so it's been interesting to learn that the holidays are a lot different. How different cultures celebrate Christmas, for instance, is completely different. And the days they celebrate Christmas. Christmas Eve's a big day for most of the cultures in Europe, and ours is Christmas Day. And so they're excited to experience our culture, and it's fun too to experience theirs. So they'll bring in aspects of their own culture that we get to enjoy and participate in. So that's been really fun to learn all about that. The students have impacted the community in a variety of ways. I feel like they have, at the school itself, had an impact because they have maintained friendships even past the time that they were here. They've gone back home and continue to stay in contact with them. They are bridging that cultural gap. And just participating in community events and helping to volunteer and just teaching others about their culture and what it means to be part of this world, because we are a global society. We need to be more cognizant of that. And I think this helps by bringing other kids in, and especially areas that there may not be as much diversity in that area. There may not be as many cultural exchanges that have already taken place. I placed a kid this year that community didn't even know it was possible to host a foreign exchange student and had never experienced that before. And so this family, just by bringing that one student in, will set that ball in motion, and hopefully in the future there'll be other kids that come to that area and just expand what they know about the world, because this particular area is a very small community, and it's already broadening their horizons and just what they know about the world. For a family that isn't sure if they want to take the leap to host next year, a good way to maybe segue into that is to either be a semester placement and kind of get a feel for it before they dive right into a full year placement. That's a good way to start. Another good option, and I've used this before too, is just being a welcome family. And that way they can have the student come in for like 6 weeks and get to know them and see if that's a good fit for their family. And that usually will take some of that pressure off when they're not sure what is involved with hosting. And by that time too, they've bonded with that student, and most of the time will continue to host them throughout the year. They don't want to let them go. They want them to be there and be a part of their family.